Hello and welcome to the literal House of Hannah. I am at home right now. My week has looked very different. I haven't been at work. I've been struggling with a bit of a vocal thing with my singing voice, so I've been resting up. I haven't been vlogging or speaking much, honestly, but I really wanted to do a video for you guys this week, and I've been doing lots of admin stuff, and something that lots of performers have to do is update their Spotlight profiles. Now, a Spotlight is like an online system that every performer pretty much has to have in order to be put forward for auditions. Think of it as like the Yellow Pages. I feel like most kids don't know what the Yellow Pages is. It actually used to be a book, but now it's all done online. But it's basically a book with every single performer in the UK, I think, their headshot, their name, and all their credits. So basically all their information. So like back in the day, casting directors would get this book and they'd say, I need, I don't know, a girl who's blonde with hazel eyes. And they would look through the Spotlight and be like, I want to see that person, that person, that person, that person for said audition. Now, this database is all online. You can't just sign up willy-nilly. In order to qualify for a Spotlight profile, you have to either have done like 3 years of training or have an agent or something like that. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but it's basically a requirement for every performer to have an account on Spotlight to be submitted for jobs, which is a little bit controversial in itself because the performers have to pay to be on Spotlight. Yeah, I don't really want to go into that right now, but I've been a paying member of Spotlight since 2017, which is when I first left Italia Conti. I'm going to do a whole other video about like my training and stuff like that at some point. It's definitely like over £100 a year, so it's not cheap to be on here, and it's like a requirement, so it's, I don't know, it's a bit weird. Anyway, I thought I would take you through my Spotlight profile. I'm going to screen record this. How do I do that?
A few moments later.
So here is my Spotlight profile. These are all my pictures that I've got. I should probably update some of these pictures, get rid of ones I don't like, and there's probably too many on there, to be honest. But I currently have this photo as like my main photo at the moment, and then these are just a selection of photos I have on my profile from all different like headshot sessions. It's really good to have like a range of different looks and different vibes. I feel like mine are a little bit all over the place, so maybe I need to like get new headshots once 6 has ended. Apologies if it's getting really dark in here as well, by the way. It's literally like 4:30. Anyway, here I am. This is what any casting director will see if they like click on my account. My profile shows my location, my gender, my age, and my playing age. 15. Could I play 15? Maybe, under the right circumstances. My height, my nationality, all of this, appearance, eye colour, hair colour, and all that jazz. A little bit about me. This is just like extras that you can't put in the other bit. Hannah is also a content creator on social media, and she has a following of over 1 million people on TikTok. As much as it's a bit like eggy to put that on there, that is something, you know, that some casting directors look for. So I've got to put it on there. So this is obviously viewing it in date order from current to past. So let's click show all. Okay, oh my gosh. So this is like all of my professional work that I've done since drama school. If you're new to having a Spotlight profile and you maybe don't have any credits yet, a lot of the time what people will do is, what I did as well, is put my drama school credits on there. In my 3rd year at Italia Conti, we did Witches of Eastwick, so I put that as one of my credits. I put the part I played and stuff like that, and it just kind of gives people an idea of like what sort of parts you've played. I probably wouldn't put like amateur performances on here, but like drama school ones are pretty legit, so that's fine. And then the more you expand your CV, you can kind of go through and take out things that you maybe don't want on there anymore. Okay, starting down the bottom, my very first professional job was actually at the Sound of Music. It was my West End debut. I was like, I must have been 10 or 11. I played Brigitte von Trapp, and that was at the London Palladium. I actually auditioned for Sound of Music once before and didn't get it, and then I got it the second time. And like once you get onto the roster of like child performers, each thing kind of follows on from that. Obviously you still have to audition, but like once I'd done the Sound of Music, that was like my foot in the door. And then it was the same casting director that did Oliver, and then it was the same that did Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So like all these things kind of followed on. I was very lucky in that respect. So I did the Sound of Music at the London Palladium, which led on to Oliver, and this was really exciting because this was the time of what was that program? It was called I'd Do Anything. It was the BBC iconic show I'd Do Anything, where they like find an Oliver, find a Nancy. So like there was a lot of hype around the show from the program. Jodie Prenger won. Prenger? I should probably know that, but whatever. So she won and I went straight into that cast. I'm actually on the cast recording. I mean, you definitely can't hear me because I'm just like within the group of kids, but like, Food, glorious food, that's me. That was at Theatre Royal Drury Lane, and then basically the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang tour already had 3 sets of kids. They had 3 sets of kids, and then a while into the tour they realised that they wanted another set of kids to come in and join so that they could like alternate 2 and 2. So me and a boy called Tom, we joined like late. So we joined, everyone had already done the rehearsals, we did the rehearsals by ourselves, which was a whole experience. And then I did some of the tour. We did some venues, I can't remember. All I remember about that, not all I remember, but the main thing I remember is they must have had some sort of like affiliation with Premier Inn, because we stayed in Premier Inn every like city we were in. And I remember I used to do like rate my Premier Inn, and I had like a little, I've probably still got it somewhere, in my mum's garage, but it's like a scrapbook, and I had a picture of the Premier Inn in each town we were in, and it would like rating it and writing a little bit about the Premier Inn, like good breakfast, clean sheets, smelt weird. I don't know, random things. But when I did Chitty, this was when I was like leaving primary school and joining secondary school. I was in year 7 at school and I was playing like a 9-year-old child. So I missed quite a lot of my year 7 at school because I was away on tour. So we had like tutors. One of our chaperones was a tutor, so we had to do like lessons during the day. I mean, it wasn't proper lessons. We got given work from our school to do. So yeah, that was like year 6 going into year 7 at school. But honestly, wild experience, and I met so many incredible people doing that. I've actually just realised I missed out Harvey's the Furniture Store down the bottom. So I think that was whilst I was in Sound of Music. I got cast in a Harvey's the Furniture Store ad. Let's roll the tapes. We filmed a couple of scenes, and fun fact about that was my very first and only advert I've ever done on telly. It's in the audition, they were like, and just checking you're fine with dogs. And at the time, I was terrified of dogs. I used to be really scared of dogs, or just any animal. And I was like, yeah, I love dogs, yeah. They got the job, and I was like, oh my God, there's gonna be a dog. And there was a dog on set, and like, that ad that you've just seen is me. I had to like, the dog was on the sofa and I pulled the recliner, the dog jumps off. And I remember being so scared that I had lied. But luckily, it was literally the friendliest dog ever. So all was good. Also, talking of dogs, there was dogs in Oliver, and I'm pretty sure Chitty Chitty Bang Bang as well. But in Oliver, they had loads of dogs. Like, there was one scene where every night, like, a load of dogs would just run across the stage. It was so random. And I'm like, I wonder how much those dogs got paid, or the dog's owner got paid. Because honestly, there was like 10 dogs per show, and they would just run across the stage a couple times, and that was their gig done. And they were quite scary looking dogs, but they were very well trained and well behaved, but they were a bit scary. Anyway, you can obviously now see a huge gap. So 2010, my next professional job wasn't until 2017. That's because I was busy, you know, like being a child growing up, doing school. So I did secondary school, just in like a regular school. It wasn't like a stage school or anything. Obviously carried on training on a Saturday, doing singing, dancing and acting. And then I did my full-time training at Italia Conti, which I think there is something about my training in here. Yeah, at the bottom here, Italia Conti Academy of Theatre Arts, 3 years. And then London School of Musical Theatre, 1 year. So that was within that time. And then I left Conti's and I booked a panto. So that's Snow White. That was my first ever panto, like my first adult professional job. I played Snow White at the King's Theatre in Portsmouth, which was really fun. It was tough. 3 show days should be illegal. I remember like you would do the first show at 11 a.m. and then it's like, oh my God, I've got a whole 2 show day to do and I've already done. Oh, it was just never ending. This princess track at the time in this show wasn't hard, so it wasn't like I was like really tired and out of breath, but like just mentally, it's just a lot. It's a lot, especially when you have to be all like and happy, and on those days we were like, I can't be bothered. It was a lot, but it was fun. Basically, after that panto, I'm going to do a whole video about this journey. After that panto, I was auditioning for a while, and then I went back to training, and that's when I went to the London School of Musical Theatre. Graduated there in 2019, booked a panto with the same company in a different theatre, where I was like dance captain, and that was Cinderella in 2019. And what was funny about this panto is that, you know how you've got like in a panto you've got the babes, the seniors, the adult ensemble, and then like the principal cast. This panto was like in a really, really small theatre. It was more like a town hall. We didn't have like an adult ensemble group of like dancers or performers. So, but I was obviously cast. So I was one of the seniors. So even though I was, 22, I was playing one of the kids in this show because they had to have like an adult to be a dance captain and to like be in charge of the kids. So basically I was an adult playing one of the seniors. But I loved it because like, obviously I was front and centre the whole time. And I was like, yeah, it was actually really fun, and I felt like I really got to just focus on like my dancing and my performance skills in that show. I didn't have to stress too much about singing. Anyway, after that job, the new year comes around, auditions are starting again. Coronavirus. COVID happened, so you can see there's a fairly big gap, 2019 to 2022. COVID happened, that was my Tesco era, my donut time era, but we're not talking about that. And then I booked Heather's, which honestly, maybe, was that in 2022? It was definitely 2021, but like it would have finished in 2022. Did Heather's for 7 months. It was actually originally, I've said this before on my other platforms, meant to be a 3-month contract. And then it got extended again. We made a movie, which is available on Amazon Prime. Also, whilst I was doing Heather's, I did a workshop of Babies, the musical. So Babies did a run at the other palace recently. I was in the workshop cast, and I remember just being like really pinch me when I got cast in that, because it was like Courtney Bowman, Billy Nevers, Luke Bayer, Grace Moat, like all these people. And I was like, this is really cool that I'm in a room with them. And like, there were people that when I was training at LSMT, I would see them doing all these jobs and workshops and be like, oh my gosh, I wish that was me. And like, now I was rehearsing with them. It was really, really cool. And also the team that worked on Babies were just incredible. The director, Martha, like I really want to work with her again because that was such an amazing experience. The writer, Jack, also wrote 42 Balloons, which is doing really, really well. So yeah, that was definitely a really cool experience. And then Heather's ended, and as you can see here, Millennials was also in 2022. So rather than get the post-show blues and go into a deep depression, which quite often happens at the end of contracts, I went straight into rehearsals for Millennials, which was at the other palace in the studio. So I was in the same building, I was super comfortable, I was still around, my commute was the same, I was still around all the people that I knew and loved. But I was doing a song cycle show literally just down the corridor, and that was all throughout summer, so it was really nice to just like spend a summer doing a chilled show. Then when Millennials ended, this is 2022, was one busy year. Look at that. Whoa. Millennials ended. On my final week of Millennials, I was in rehearsals for the Kinky Boots concert. Millennials ended, and like the next day was the Kinky Boots concert at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane, which was so amazing to be going back there working, because I did Oliver there when I was a kid. That theatre, I think it's actually got to be one of my favourite theatres in the West End. I think it is my favourite theatre. I love the Palladium, but I don't remember the Palladium as much from when I was a kid, whereas like the Theatre Royal was like, that's iconic. Anyway, did Kinky Boots concert, which was only 2 shows or 3 shows, and then started rehearsals for Panto. And now this was like a panto that I dreamed of doing from when I was at drama school. You obviously see all the different pantos and you're reaching out, and this was for a company called Crossroads, and I've definitely reached out to them before, you know, when I was in training or when I just left my training, being like, hello, I'd love to audition for you and stuff like that. So it was a real dream to be working for this company, because they are, I'd say, maybe the biggest panto company in the country. And it was at the New Wimbledon Theatre, which was, again, like another dream venue. I'd been to lots of press nights at that theatre. I actually saw Heather's press night in that theatre, and then started rehearsals like the week after, which was wild. I feel like I'm just like talking about my CV and talking about myself a lot, but hey, it's my channel, so if you don't want to hear it, go somewhere else, I guess. I played Snow White again, and I'm gonna out myself here. I had the worst wig in the history of the world. There you go, I said it. It was awful, it didn't suit me. Oh, what was I thinking? I was on posters all across London looking like that. That's not okay. That's not okay. Anyway, all of this was in 2022, so some of these dates are wrong. I need to go on and change this. Anyway, Panto ended. I did a job after that I've not put on my spotlight because it wasn't the best. Maybe I should put it on there. No, I don't have a best memory of that. I was proud of my work in the show, but I kind of don't want to be associated with that company, so it's not on my spotlight. But I have just told you all on my YouTube, so there you go. Literally, the day after the show's finished for that, I started rehearsals. This is in 2023, so the date's wrong on this, sorry. I started rehearsals for the SpongeBob musical. I did a UK tour of that. It was quite a short tour. I feel like rehearsal started in January and I finished the tour by September. So what's that? A 9-month tour, which as tours go is pretty good going. Some tours go on for like 18 months, over 18 months, and I honestly don't think I'd have been able to cope with that. So a 9-month tour was really nice. We had a couple breaks throughout as well. And I made some incredible friends on this show. It was such a silly show and I feel like it just brought out the silly side of all of us. And when you're on tour, you really have to like lean on each other to like get through because you're obviously not surrounded by your family and friends. But I made some proper friends for life on that job. And I have such good memes. Good memes. Chaotic, but incredible. And that takes me to the job I'm doing right now, Six the Musical. So after SpongeBob, I finished SpongeBob on the Saturday in Newcastle, travelled home from Newcastle on the Sunday, and then on the Monday morning started rehearsals for Six. So when I tell you it's been pretty back to back to back, I mean it. Rehearsals for Six started in September, we opened in November, and I'm still in it currently. What's the month? It's January the 22nd, 2025, and I'm still in Six. I have 4 weeks left. I can't believe I've only got a month left in Six. That has just gone so quickly. I remember when I started being like, I'm in it till 2025. This is the longest contract ever. And then here we are, 4 weeks left. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? No, I know exactly what I'm going to do when I end. I'm going to really try and not to fall into the post-show depression. And I am going to launch something very exciting that hopefully you guys will know about soon. And I'm going to go on holiday for 2 weeks. Check me out, 2 weeks, okay. And then I'm going to just get back to it, get back to auditioning. It's that age-old question. People ask me at stage door, people I don't know ask me at stage door, what are you doing next, Hannah? And I'm like, oh, nothing, I'm having a holiday. And then I saw something online that was like, Hannah's taking a break from the industry. And I was like, no guys, I'm not taking a break from the industry. I just shouldn't, for my own mental and physical well-being, feel like I shouldn't go straight into a job that starts the Monday after Six finishes. So I'm going to take a couple months. I've got a holiday planned. I've got friends' hen parties. I've got some friends' weddings coming up this year. So I've got a lot going on and I'm just going to take each day as it comes and take on any projects that come along and just try my best. There's no guarantee that I'm going to book something, which is, it's a weird thing. Like you go from being solid in a contract and then all of a sudden it's back to auditioning and it feels like you're back to square one again. So, there's no guarantee that my next job is going to be as big a job as Six. But I'm excited to kind of tap into my creative brain again and maybe do some workshops, maybe do anything that comes my way. I'm going to hopefully be open to. And also just take on things that are going to fill my cup and, make me excited about the theatre again. Anyway, that's the CV part of the Spotlight profile. Scrolling down, we've got my skills. Fun fact, accents and dialects. When I was at drama school, when we were making these profiles, I accidentally put Aberdeen accent and I couldn't remove it. So I had Aberdeen accent on my Spotlight for honestly months until I found a way to remove it. My native is just English standard. And I don't have many accents in the bank, guys, unfortunately. I've got an American standard, I've got a Cockney, I've got an RP. RP, don't know what it stands for. It's pronunciation, but I just see RPs really posh. RP really posh. That's not what, let me look it up. Received pronunciation, RP, is a British accent that is often considered the standard English accent, the Queen's English. So RP would be quite really posh, basically. Posh. Anyway, I only speak one language. I am trying to learn Portuguese because my boyfriend is Portuguese, but I have been trying to learn that for 10 years and I can probably say a few sentences, so maybe we'll ignore that. Well, it says I'm highly skilled in ballet. Maybe I should change that. It's not giving highly skilled, it's giving I can get by. These are all the dance styles I would say I was high. Rock singing. Do you know what? You've got to fake it till you make it, guys. And then I'm skilled in acro and contemporary dance. Sure. I mean, I used to be skilled at acro, to be fair. I used to be able to do all sorts of flips and tricks and walkovers and stuff. But I haven't done it in a while. Don't know if my back would feel up to that anymore. But I'm going to just leave that as it is because Who knows, it'll be fine. Other skills, dance teacher. Yes, there's basically a whole list of skills you can pick from. And I was like, that's probably the only one on there that I am a dance teacher. Haven't done that in years. But I don't want to leave... Haven't done it in years, but I don't want to leave the thing empty, so I'll leave that on there. Performance, highly skilled, musical theatre. Okay. Sports skilled, ice skating. Fun fact, I am actually good at ice skating. I used to ice skate, I haven't done it in a while, so maybe I should check up on that. But I did it when I was a kid, so I think I could get by on ice. Skilled netball. I was in the netball team at school, that's why I've put that on there. I was super sub, which, makes sense because I'm still technically a super sub right now as an alternate. I was actually sub on all the sports teams at school, but my thing is I was just so enthusiastic that I wanted to be on every team, every club, and they were like, oh great, Hannah, come and join us, you're on the bench. I still am. Do you know what? Enthusiasm can get you a long way, and I was the best cheerleader on that bench, I'll have you know. Skilled in running. There was a time when I was skilled in running. I can run. Swimming, it's giving skilled, not highly skilled. And I have a car driving license. These are all things that like casting directors might look for. Like if they're looking to cast someone in a TV show that maybe drives a car in an advert or a TV show or a movie, then like these are all, it seems random to have it on there, but like that's just stuff that you have on there. Right, let me go on and try and like update this. Update. So I was going to update some of these dates because they're wrong. SpongeBob was 2023. And like you can change, like there's all different things on here. So they, got the role I played, the production company, the director, yada, yada, yada. Save. Heather's was kind of 2021. So I'm going to change that to 2021. My role in Heather's, that's so funny. Assistant choreographer, dance captain, and understudy Heather Chana and Heather McNamara and Heather Duke and New Wave Girl, but I haven't put that on there. Should we update my photos whilst I'm here? Okay, so here's like all the photos. Oh my gosh. These are like the very first kind of photos I had on my spotlight. It's obviously hidden right now. All of these. And these are the ones that are like live on the profile. I don't know if I love that as my main photo. Do I look weird in that? A little bit. Maybe I'll set that as my main one, but then it's not really a headshot. That's giving body shot. I'm just going to leave it. Actually, let me just change my ballet. I'm going to change that to just skilled because let's be real. Voiceover. Do you know what? I've actually done some voiceover work recently. Maybe I should add that in. I should definitely add that in, right? D. I'm Friends in Oz. Production type, voiceover. Date, 2024. Role, Western. Production company, Netflix. That's not the production company, but I'm going to leave that. D and Friends in Oz. What else did I do? Oh, I did voiceover for Watch Dogs Truth. That was in 2024. Select audiobook. Okay, I've added my audiobook. I've added my series. Okay, I'm happy with that. That is my Spotlight CV for you all. A little sneak peek. I say sneak peek. This is literally, you can see most people's Spotlight CVs online. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully I'll be back with a proper vlog very soon. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you watched it all the way to the end, leave a little, what emoji? A banana emoji. I'm staying hydrated. I'll be back to work soon. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.